From their unique harvesting methods to surprising botanical ties, there's a lot to uncover about these berries. Stay with us to explore. These clever devices gently shake the plants, causing only the ripe berries to drop without hurting the fruit or even the plant. It looks like giving the bushes a little shimmy to release their treasures without even bothering. But why is their mid-part hollow? Well, it turns out each raspberry is actually made up of tiny individual fruits, each with its own seed. When picked, they detach from their core, leaving behind that familiar hollow center. Cool, huh? How many of you knew that raspberries are actually related to roses? Both belong to the same botanical family, which explains why raspberry plants have thorny branches similar to rose bushes. Just like any other natural phenomenon, as they ripen, raspberries change their color from green to deep red or even golden and black. Well, that depends on the variety too. Speaking of colors, did you know the rarest raspberry color is a deep black? While you'll often see red or even golden varieties, black raspberries are a bit harder to come by. And I've asked many people about those tiny hair on raspberries. You know, just few among them knew that they actually serve a serious purpose. They act as a natural defense, helping to protect the berries from insects and fungi. When it comes to growing raspberries, Russia is at the top of the list. Their climate and landscapes are perfect for cultivating these sweet berries. There's one serious question. Why on earth do raspberries sometimes taste sour? Well, the best answer is, dude, check it out again. It may have gone bad. Simple. Not everything has some serious science behind. This handy gadget makes sure that the oranges are fully mature and how they will end up reacting to the harvester. Is it good to go? Yes, that's why they've started the harvesting machines. Do you people know what's the deal between Navel and Valencia oranges? Navels are seedless and have a small belly button on one end, perfect for eating fresh, while Valencia oranges are packed with seeds and extra juicy, making them ideal for squeezing fresh orange juice. Well, I think both are enjoyable. It's just the matter of seeds after all. Ever seen a greenish orange? In tropical climates, warm temperatures bring out chlorophyll, giving the peel a greenish tint. It doesn't mean they're unripe. It's just nature's way of offering sun protection and doesn't happen to all. As soon as the oranges are off the tree, these machines come into play to clear up the mess that's left behind. How tiny but shiny those seeds are. To get things rolling, specialized machines loosen the soil and seal it with the cucumber seeds, making it the perfect home for later cucumber crops. They're making the best bed possible for those soon-to-grow cucumbers. Those bees are the real players here. As they buzz from flower to flower, they're doing the crucial work of pollination, making sure each plant gets its chance to bear fruit. Well, if no buzzing, no cucumbers. First, they check on those cucumbers if they're just the right size. Then they give the green signal. When harvest time arrives, some farmers prefer the old-school touch, manual picking. Each cucumber is checked and picked by hand to make sure it's perfectly ripe, but they use this huge mechanical setup to ease up that manual labor for farmers. Now they don't need to walk among the limitless land. However, there are always those bulky harvesters, ready to change the entire game. They literally bring it on and do that hectic task like nobody's task. For larger fields, it's all about speed and precision. Mechanical harvesters equipped with advanced tech scan the rows, detect ripe cucumbers, and use gentle arms to pick them. This not only speeds up the process, but also saves workers from back-breaking labor. Once harvested, cucumbers are placed in large bins designed to prevent damage. No overloading here. Cucumbers bruise easily, and nobody wants a squished cucumber. Cucumbers are about 95% water, making them super refreshing on hot days. Basically, they're nature's hydrating snack. The saying, "cool as a cucumber," is no joke. Eating cucumbers can actually lower your body temperature, thanks to their cooling properties and the slang. Have you ever chomped down on a bitter cucumber? It's usually caused by stress during growth, like extreme temperatures. These conditions can mess with their natural compounds, resulting in that bitter taste. There's a cucumber for every need. Slicing cucumbers for salads, pickling varieties for those crunchy jars, and burpless ones that are gentler on the stomach. When it's time to harvest carrots, one method is top-pulling harvesters. These machines grab the leafy tops and give them a tug, pulling the carrots straight out of the soil. While another way carrots are collected is with trailer-mounted harvesters. These machines work alongside tractors, scooping the carrots from below the surface. Once the carrots are harvested, they're continuously being gathered in huge bins attached to the machines. These bins are specially designed to cushion the carrots as they drop in, preventing any bruising or damage. No one wants a squished carrot. Ever wonder where the name carrot comes from? No, literally, don't you overthink. Okay, let's not even start overthinking right now. So, it traces back to the French word carotte, which itself is rooted in the Latin carota. Carrots have been around for thousands of years, so it has been revolving since then. And about sweeter carrots, cooler temps can actually boost their sugar content, giving you that sweet crunch. Soil type can make or break carrot growth, and loamy soil keeps the carrot straight instead of twisted. Manually harvesting pumpkins lets farmers carefully choose the ripest, healthiest pumpkins, making sure each one is perfect for autumn displays, cooking, or even carving. However, for larger operations, mechanical harvesting steps in. These machines use conveyors and blades to lift the pumpkins from their vines. As they travel along the conveyor, a gentle cutting mechanism detaches them. No rough handling here, just a smooth ride. The pumpkins are then sorted right on the machine by size and quality, so only the best make the cut. Those stems on top of pumpkins, also called handles, aren't just there for looks. If left too long, they can poke and damage other pumpkins during transport or storage. Farmers trim them to the perfect length to prevent any damage. Pumpkins have been around for a while, like thousands of years. They originated in North America, with ancient seeds proving their long history here. Technically speaking, pumpkins are a fruit because they contain seeds, but in the kitchen, they're often treated like a vegetable thanks to their savory flavors in soups, pies, and more. And how do we categorize it for festivals? We have arrived in the beautiful farms of Ukraine, which is the #1 producer of sunflowers. Today we're gonna watch the amazing behind the scenes of how millions of pounds of sunflowers are grown, harvested, and then processed for several products. So stick to your seat and enjoy the best entertaining minutes coming ahead. It's the moment we have been waiting for, when the sunflower seeds shift from sunny yellow to rich brown, and those petals have done their final curtain call. They know it's harvest time. As you can see, those pretty impressive machines roll into the fields, ready to get to work. And the florets in the center of each sunflower head is completely dried as it should be, showing off their deep dark hue. Those engineered buddies are smart enough to start chopping off those sunflower heads and collecting them in a giant hopper in just one click. I can sense your level of excitement. After all, it's about sunflower seeds, our ultimate snack. Despite of regions, sunflowers are usually harvested in late summer to early fall, the perfect time for these radiant blooms to shine. By waiting until the weather is dry, the farmers ensure that the sunflower seeds mature fully and dry out naturally, achieving peak perfection. Okay, that's not all what happens in this pretty bulk unit. It's actually a complete home for tearing the sunflower heads and get the seeds out of them, everything in one simple-looking machine. The harvester header comes with real arms and fingers that gently guide the sunflower heads into the machine. They make sure the sunflower heads are cut cleanly and fed into the harvester, with cutting blades at the ready. Once the seeds are cleaned and the hoppers have been fully loaded, they put off some weight by unloading the bunch into containers so they can be quickly moved to their dedicated factories. As soon as those seeds reach the storage houses, they're kept untouched for a quick quality checkup. Once it's passed all the quality protocols, batch by batch they're sent for heat treatment that involves roasting along with some salt and solutions. The seeds are unloaded for a thorough cleaning now. As they travel through that cool tunnel, its air jets and sieving screens helps to remove the hulls, using that high-tech method. This machine cracks and separates the hull from the seed, making sure we end up with clean, ready-to-eat sunflower seeds. Once the seeds pass all their checks and are good to go, they're packed up into protected bags or containers with vacuum sealing. This high-tech packing method keeps them fresh and protected. These automated systems handle the packaging to make sure every seed is sealed perfectly and ready for storage and transport. Either you love cooking at home with your partner or go on a double date, you need delicious taste after all. And it comes with selecting the right cooking oil. From our homes to restaurants, this cooking oil is quite famous. Yup, we're talking about none other than your All Heart sunflower cooking oil. Once the seeds are conditioned, they enter the screw press, where a rotating screw conveyor pushes them through a cylindrical chamber. As the seeds move through, the screw ramps up the pressure, squeezing the oil out from the seed cake. Meanwhile, the intense pressure crushes and smashes the seeds, turning them into a solid cake or leftover. The leftover seed cake exits from the other end of the press. It's usually used as animal feed or for other purposes. And that fresh sunflower cooking oil is collected for further sieving and purifications to give us the best experiences. The journey to creating plastic bottles begins with choosing the right plastic resin. Starting with, the resin is turned into tiny pellets, then they melt them into a molten state. Afterwards, the molten plastic is injected into molds to make them into those recognizable bottles. These preforms are then cooled and hardened, which makes those bottles all set to get filled and famed. Now these bottles are being filled on point by a sleek automatic machine that delivers the perfect amount of oil every time. After filling, each bottle gets a snug cap to keep the oil locked, fresh, and prevent any outside particles to sneak in. This 1.5-liter size hits the sweet spot ideal for both home and commercial use. It's big enough to be useful but still easy to handle and store. Perfect balance between quantity and convenience. Spare a moment to appreciate that next-level tech and systems, which keeps everything right on point, and ease up all those tasks that could be a hassle for labor. But this looks no sweat. After attractive labeling and eye-catching packaging, let me tell you people, it's also packed with unsaturated fats and vitamin E, giving your immune system a boost. With a high smoke point, it's ideal for frying, grilling, and baking, providing a light flavor without overpowering dishes. But sunflower oil isn't just for cooking. It's a fantastic moisturizer. Oops, did I just spill it? Actually, I heard somewhere, so I start applying a few drops as moisturizer, and the result was quite shocking. It locks in hydration and super lightweight on skin. But I don't recommend it because it's a total home-cooked recipe, and it worked for me but may not suit to acne-prone skin. Either it's a great addition to your meals. Remember to use it in moderation. Its high-calorie content means a little goes a long way in making your food delicious and flavorful. Did you enjoy watching it? I want you to show some love as you've always showered before on our videos. Coconuts have long been celebrated as a tropical treasure, offering not just delicious water, but also a zillion of health benefits. But have you ever wondered how these coconuts make their way from the tree to your refrigerator, ready to be sipped straight from the shell? This is where you get your answers. These coconuts are still young, with their water at its sweetest and most refreshing. Harvesters climb tall coconut trees, often reaching heights of over 30 feet, to pluck these young coconuts by hand. The green hulls signify that the coconut is young, with a high water content and tender flesh. The green-hulled coconuts are carefully selected and harvested at just the right time. The coconuts arrive covered in dirt. Due to the shortage of time, we're gonna skip the detailed washing and cleaning part, but they'll make sure the coconuts are free from any contaminants, ensuring that the water inside remains pure and they are perfectly clean from outside too. As soon as the coconut are washed, cleaned, and all set to begin the real process, they are carefully handled by those experts. These people make sure the machines carefully remove the hard core of the coconut, while they also help to speed up the process. They need to clear the coconuts from the green part, and that little cute stamp is something not to be ignored. The entire coconut flesh is now dipped into the water, where they are gonna get cooled and cleaned, because obviously cleanliness is the top priority of everyone. A specialized made machine is used to punch a small hole into the coconut shell. This hole is strategically placed to allow easy access to the water inside without damaging the coconut structure. This process is precise, as the hole needs to be just the right size to allow the insertion of a straw without causing leaks. Once the hole is punched, an easy access cap is added. It seals the hole, keeping the coconut water fresh and preventing any contaminants from entering. It also makes it incredibly convenient for consumers to enjoy the coconut water. With just a twist of the cap, you can instantly access the refreshing coconut water inside. The final touch is the addition of a straw. Each coconut is packed with its own straw. This might seem like a small detail, but it's a significant step in making coconut water consumption more convenient. Get ready for the next amazing ride. The water content in those young green coconut is at its highest, and the liquid is abundant. As the coconut matures, usually around 10 to 12 months old, the water content decreases as it gets absorbed into the flesh, which becomes thicker and harder. The cleaned coconuts are passed through a drilling machine that carefully punctures a hole in each nut. The hole must be just right to allow the water to flow out without cracking the shell, and they make sure of that. Mature coconuts have much less water inside, and it may not be as abundant or as easy to extract. The water from mature coconuts is less sweet and can have a more earthy or slightly bitter taste. Here, in this case, the focus is on the thick, hard flesh, which is used to make coconut milk, cream, oil, and flakes. And the good thing is, you're gonna watch everything related them and several products made from a single coconut in just a few moments. Whether used in curries, desserts, or as a dairy-free alternative in coffee, coconut milk offers a unique flavor and a host of health benefits. The process of extracting coconut milk from mature coconuts is fascinating yet productive, so keep your seatbelts tight. Unlike younger coconuts, which are prized for their water, mature coconuts are harvested primarily for their flesh, which is where the coconut milk comes from. The entire coconut is then shredded, which is later on soaked in hot water, which helps to soften the flesh and release the milk. These machines exert high pressure on the coconut pulp, forcing the liquid to separate from the solids. The result is a thick, creamy liquid known as coconut milk. The first pressing usually yields the richest, creamiest milk, which is often referred to as first pressed or full-fat coconut milk. Shredded coconut is made from the white flesh of mature coconuts. Shredded coconut is one of those ingredients that can be found in a variety of dishes, from sweet desserts to savory meals. After the brown outer shell and husk are removed, the flesh is grated or shredded into fine pieces. These pieces can be dried to extend their shelf life or used fresh in cooking. Shredded coconut is available in different textures, ranging from fine to coarse, making it versatile for various culinary applications. Some are just shredded, and somewhere you can find the almost powdered form too. Once the meat is separated, it needs to be dried to reduce moisture content. The dried coconut meat, now called copra, is then ready for oil extraction. There are two main methods for extracting oil from the copra: cold pressing and expeller pressing. In cold pressing, the dried coconut meat is pressed at low temperatures to extract the oil, preserving its natural flavor, nutrients, and aroma. This method produces what is known as virgin or extra virgin coconut oil, which is considered the highest quality. After extraction, the oil can be refined to remove impurities, any remaining moisture, and to neutralize the oil. Before we get into the details of how coconut chips are made, it's essential to appreciate the coconut itself. Often referred to as the tree of life, the coconut tree is an incredibly versatile plant, and we have seen that every part of the coconut, from its husk to its water, has a use. The process of making coconut chips taps into this versatility, utilizing the meat of the coconut to create a product that is both nutritious and delicious. Honestly, that's something I haven't had before. So I want you people to tell me whether it's worth a try, or I should keep the peace. While plain coconut chips are delicious on their own, I have heard many factories experiment with different seasonings to create unique taste experiences. The coconut husk is that fibrous layer that surrounds the hard shell of the coconut. It's typically composed of tough fibers that protect the coconut during its growth. As we have seen the processing of every part of the coconut, why leave it behind? Strawberries just hit differently. and end up vibing in almost every fire dish or cuisine. From strawberry shortcakes to fancy tarts and creamy cheesecakes, strawberries level up any treat. Whether you munch on them fresh or turn them into yummy jams and sauces, these ruby red berries always know how to make your taste buds happy. Everyone knows about the countless perks of strawberries, right? Their natural sweetness means you don't need to add a ton of sugar, making them a healthier choice for anyone with a sweet tooth. But when it comes to harvesting the delicate strawberries, we barely depend on any machinery, isn't it true? But this unique fruit-picking robot has proved that wrong, as it can navigate its way only towards the ripe strawberries. I was wondering if you might be curious about the secret behind those fresh, flawless strawberries. Bud, you're in the perfect spot. Strawberries don't ripen all at once, which is why humans are chosen to pick the ripe ones while leaving the rest to mature in their dedicated time period. Ever wonder why doctors are always hyping fresh fruit? It's a no-brainer. It keeps you hydrated and gives you natural sugars for energy, minus the sneaky added sugars you get from processed stuff. As you have witnessed the ruby red strawberries harvesting process, it's time to leave for the real magic that happens inside the modern factories, where you'll see every amazing step from cleaning strawberries to packaging and more. As expected, step 1 is to give these strawberries a good wash since they came straight from the farm. This gets rid of all the dirt and stuff which you clearly don't want. You bet, they're gonna turn these farm-fresh strawberries into 4 super tasty treats, so stick around. Let us show you this unique robotic automation for removing the hulls from the fresh fruits. Can you spot that robotic arm responsible to cut and separate the hull from the strawberry? Want to watch more of the automated units? These folks are only tasked with placing each strawberry in a separate chamber, ensuring that they fit well in the spot, and any spoiled ones are identified and removed promptly. Meanwhile, these machines efficiently trim off the unwanted parts of the strawberries. The thing is, why are these factories putting in so much effort to remove this green part? This convenience is a game changer for those who enjoy their strawberry treats all the time. So they only need to pour out the can and enjoy the real farm-fresh taste of fruits. These days, with robotic arms capable of handling even the simplest tasks, like thoroughly washing strawberries, who worries about doing it by hand? Here, the strawberries are getting their second bath to remove any possible impurities, so they are all set to destined in the cans. But for some delicate tasks like sorting, humans are preferred because, well, they've got the eyes to detect which fruit is unfit to reach customers. Check out how these folks are equally filling the cans with strawberries. So if you feel like your can has fewer than the others, it's probably just your miscalculation. Dipping them in a special liquid, probably fruit juice concentrate, preserves their freshness, but it can slightly alter the taste and texture of strawberries. That's why some people still prefer the texture of frozen strawberries for certain uses, such as smoothies. And you're in great luck today because we've managed to get inside the frozen fruits factory too. Yes, we are definitely going to show you the process of freezing the bulk strawberries in a bit. Even if your heart craves strawberries off-season, no worries. These top-notch factories ensure customer satisfaction by carefully freezing them, coping with all the protocols. Handling massive quantities of strawberries with the brand new freezing technology shows their immense ability to handle workload seamlessly. And speaking of bulk strawberries, it's important to know where these millions of strawberries are coming from. So far, California produces about 80% of the strawberries in the United States, which makes it a capital in exporting the premium quality strawberries for several purposes, and frozen strawberries are one of them. Around 40% of the frozen strawberries are kept aside to prepare the bunch of strawberry jam bottles. How many people still enjoy strawberry jam at breakfast these days? Honestly speaking, it's irresistible once you set your eyes on it. So let's take a peek behind the scenes where they're adding granulated sugar and other ingredients once in a while to make perfectly blended jam. Also, they prefer their traditional methods of manually preparing the jam to give it the desired texture and give us a pure, lovely vibe. While these robotic machines quietly do their job, let's discuss their sanitary features. These renowned factories maintain hygiene standards by minimizing human contact with the product, thereby reducing the risk of contamination. So, next time you enjoy a product straight from the factory, don't forget to give them their due credit, because they've earned it. Raise your hands in the comments box if you love chocolate-coated strawberries. Isn't it a whole nother vibe? I bet you will love to have these hassle-free chocolate-coated strawberries anytime, anywhere.